Welcome to this series of podcasts that accompany the 5 walks around Much Wenlock. You'll hear Jim Stabler, Vivian Bellamy, Christine Rayner, Glyn Williams and Chris Cannon introducing you to the town and its stunning countryside. Here's Jim Stabler.
Much Wenlock's a quiet little town now, but it's not always been so. Noise from explosions in the quarries and stone crushers, with even lumps of rock landing in the school grounds, smoke of burning lime kilns, smoke belching steam trains, and a clay pipe maker in almost every house.
What really put the town on the map was the Anglo-Saxon princess, now known as St Milburga or Milburg. She was the daughter of the local king, Meriwald, and he put her here in an abbey where she ruled over a mixed house of monks and nuns. She was placed here to rule this area. In the 12th century, some boys were playing, the ground collapsed and the boys fell down and they found some bones, and these bones were believed to be the bones of St Milburga, and this was extremely convenient for the monks because it meant that they had some relics, and if you had relics you could be a pilgrimage site, which obviously brought in lots and lots of money because people came. It was almost like being a tourist attraction.
The Wenlock Edge is about 30 kilometres long. It stretches from Ironbridge down to near Craven Arms. It's a combination of layers of limestone alternating with clays, which were subsequently sort of laid down in between some of the layers. And these were formed under the sea, the Silurian Sea as it was known as, about 425 million years ago. Earth movements raised and then tilted these what became rocks because all these sediments became hardened. And the reason that you get the ridge, a cuesta, limestone being resistant and the clays and the shales being soft, and so we get the differential erosion, so the softer rocks being worn away much faster and much more effectively than the limestone.
The Wenlock limestone industry must have been going for at least 1,000 years because there's Silurian limestone in the fabric of both the priory and the parish church, where the first recorded evidence of quarrying is in 1399, and quarrying ceased in 2007. It essentially for building materials, but later it was burnt in kilns to make mortar and to neutralise acidity in soils and in agriculture.
Much Wenlock's always been an important crossroads on a trade route, and in Norman times, of course, it linked the fortresses of Shrewsbury and Bridgnorth, and, of course, also route into Wales. It was an important trading centre. People brought their livestock and goods and services were needed by the abbey.
Iron was mined on Brownclea, and at Tugford and Abden was converted into cannonballs. These came on horse and carts through Much Wenlock and down to the River Severn, and then down to Bristol to be used by Nelson at the Battle of Trafalgar.
In the 17th and early 18th century, more than 40 pipe makers worked in and around the town. Wenlock clay pipes have been found all over the world.
William Pennybrooks campaigned throughout his life to have physical education put on the school's curriculum, and it was for this reason that Baron de Coubertin travelled to Much Wenlock in 1890. While he was here, he saw a Wenlock Olympian Games, and he went away and told the world about what he'd seen in Much Wenlock. That was the moment that could be said to inspire the modern Olympic movement.
There's a huge concentration of old buildings, really attractive, really distinctive. One of the ones that stands out is probably Reynolds Mansion, which is officially dated to 1660, but the actual building behind the facade is older than that. It's medieval, and that's well worth a look. And if you go to the library or information centre, they'll give you a little leaflet which has good, interesting details about at least 20 buildings.
Much Wenlock is on the Shropshire Way long-distance footpath, which takes you to all the places that make Shropshire so special. Landscape shaped by everybody from Iron Age fork makers, Roman miners, the Industrial Revolution to space age telecommunications.
You may come to Much Wenlock for a walk or to mooch around the town shops and admire its fine old buildings. You may even be drawn here because of its Olympic connections. But whatever the reason for your visit, we know you'll find a warm welcome and be glad you came. For more walks and podcasts from Much Wenlock and other places in Shropshire, go to www.shropshirewalking.co.uk.